West, y'all.
So when
you're about to start a scene, right? How do you do that? Do you actually do that count in thing, the 3, 2, 1, and then do the snap
action
of that thing, or does that not really happen in real life?
It's pretty much optional.
Okay.
What do you do?
I just go off the flow, see where we go. Pretty much.
You say go?
If it's go, then go.
So we're just gonna go now.
Go now.
Go. So welcome everyone to AFAKASI Scoop. I'm just so lost. I don't know what day it is. We are here with our usual crew.
Hello.
T-Sin and myself, Ria, and we have a special guest today, Djay Fong. You go by DJ or Djay Fong?
Yep.
DJ both. Djay Fong.
Yes. That is correct.
DJ, if we were to say if we were to describe you as like what you do, would you call yourself like a writer, actor? What would you call yourself?
How
do we introduce you? You want to introduce yourself?
Probably like just a writer, creator, actor. That's it.
Yeah, creator. Yeah, overall creator, eh?
Yeah.
So DJ is on Insta, DJAYFONG_ if you want to check him out. He did a show called Redemption All In. How long ago was that?
It's just over a year ago.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And that was out at the Mangere Arts Centre, hey?
Yeah.
Cool. And do you want to run us through what that one was about? And you wrote that, right?
Actually co-wrote it.
Okay.
So I co-wrote that play with another good mate and director of mine, Jason Manumua. We worked together to putting on that Redemption show. I thought initially we were going to do just one season. Turned out to be 2 seasons.
Yeah.
6 months apart from each other in one whole year, last year. And so pretty much my character was a character that one of my other good mates and director, Suli, had planned for me from a previous show, and I bring it back into the Redemption show 4 or 5 years later to tell his story.
Is that Suli Moore?
Suli Moore.
Hey, that's my brother's man. Suli.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
My guy. When I did a show under Suli, he gave me that Tyson character, and then I just took it with me into the show that I created, which was Redemption All In, and that's pretty much how it started.
Cool. And what was Redemption All In like when you were like co-writing, or what was the message behind it?
The message behind it was like you can get through in life. You just gotta find the right pathways through it and not follow the wrong way, I guess.
Yeah.
But also just a message that it's not really a message, but it's a story that is relatable to all Pacific Island families and everything. And a story everyone can relate to. Struggles, troubled life, following the wrong crowd, robbing banks, raiding, all that stuff, and then coming back into changing his life around into seeking Christ, going to church and having faith, and that's where it all pretty much started.
And so was his character Samoan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put this character into as Samoan, so it was a bit of a English and Samoan show that I've portrayed in the first and second seasons. And it was a blast, and I really, really enjoyed putting it on and putting it up with everyone.
Yeah, cool. And what was your the audience feedback like when you did the show?
Oh man, emotional. It was a lot of emotions, and just how we how do I put it? It's hard to kind of put into words. It's a good feeling knowing that the audience like hated your character, but you did a good job at doing it.
Yeah.
But I guess it was just you know, at the end of the day, it's like, oh, you're only portraying a character, but in real life, you're a really nice dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but
Yeah.
you can play that bad guy role really good, really well. And those are some things that was really overwhelming for me to take in, because remember, when I walk into the arts center, I'm walking as myself.
Yeah.
When I put on the all black clothing and the bandana, it's the Tyson character. And coming out of the character, it's just me again. And like I told some of my cast members, you gotta be the character, play the character, and know the character. That's pretty much my little quote that I picked up on when I was doing the show was, you know, you had to be, if you're dressed into the costume, just play it.
Yeah.
Be the character, know what it's like, how did it feel in that person's shoes, and yeah.
Is it something you always wanted to do, like go into like kind of the acting or more the writing? Like, because you went to the performing arts school, right?
Yeah. Well, to be honest, at first I just wanted to do the acting. I didn't want to write or create work. It wasn't until maybe last year or 2 years ago, I just wanted to just create work because I realized that you ain't going to find any work out there. You know what I mean? So you're going to have to just find ways to create it yourself. So that's what I did. I was under a lot of good people where I started from, and Suli Moore was always the guy that helped me through that journey. Without him, I honestly wouldn't be where I'm at right now. For guys like Suli Moore and Jason Manamua and just a few others as well that I've had the opportunity to cross paths with. But those guys have given me a lot of motivation into doing this 8 years now. So,
How does it feel like being an islander? Like you go back to when you're younger, right? And we're watching TV and all those things. Like, if I want to be an actor, if I want to. And a lot of our islanders don't even think that we'd get there, let alone perform like, you know, small skits or something at like places like the Herald Theatre or these small places. How does it feel now being in that?
ooh, to be honest, it's strange because I never pictured myself being an actor. I wanted to do something else. I wanted to just play rugby.
Yeah.
Everyone was like always going hard at rugby or league, and my mindset was also going hard in rugby and, you know, enjoying the sport. But then once I lost the passion for rugby, I just didn't want to go to trainings anymore. I didn't want to play anymore. And so I was like, I had to venture into something new, get something out of my comfort zone. So what I did was I took up acting. I took up performing arts.
At school or
Nah,
after?
I never did it in school. It wasn't until after. I did it, pretty much after school. So I never did it in school. So what I did was I auditioned for random ass short films at places like MIT and that, and I ended up landing a role. But I was never a student.
Was that by yourself or did you like go through an agent?
Nah, that was like through a friend of mine who was doing this, who was in charge of the whole filming thing, what they were doing at MIT back in the day. So I was just pretty much invited to come out and audition for this role. I'm sure you'll like it. And I was like, I'm not really into it. I was like, but I'll come down and give it a try.
Yeah.
So I did. I remember I gave it a try that one go and had those people pretty surprised that someone with a sporting background and had some different look on acting and drama because it was just different.
You know, you look like David Tua.
Oh man, one of the boys from work said that too.
Yeah, see? Profile.
No,
that
no,
side.
no.
It could be a son. Maybe you are his son.
Nah, no way.
Maybe.
Nah.
Maybe. Possibility. Your mum's naughty.
Wow.
Oh man.
Sorry, carry on.
Nah, yeah, I get that. One of my mates from work, he used to just call me, my Tongan mates, he just says, "Hey, David Tua," and I look at him, "Bro, you look like Mike Tyson, bro." You know? He says, no, you look like David Tua, bro. I was like, not even, bro, nowhere near, man. And he's like, no, you do, man. You're like, what? Explain to me how. Like, I don't look anything.
It's your facial structure. I'm sure yours is biological. But you don't know.
You look like a younger version.
Yeah, you're a younger version of David Tua.
Oh my gosh.
A little bit more fair, but yeah. So you should do the DNA.
Oh man.
But can you punch
respectfully,
like Can you punch like him?
I don't want to take any boxing lessons already now.
You look like you could though.
Maybe
Yeah.
if you write a script
Maybe.
like about the young David Tua, then you can play
Yeah,
him.
and then he might come and watch
good
it.
idea.
And then he can like take some of his hair and
Yeah,
then
just
send it away for
Giving me some
testing.
ideas already.
Yeah,
You're
that'd be
welcome.
so awesome if he'll turn up and watch.
Yeah.
And
I'll
maybe
actually
front
make
row.
him. I'll actually make if anything like that happened. I'd actually make him like the star role.
Oh,
Like
yeah, but
guidance, like a coach.
you'll
Yeah.
be the younger version though.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a throwback.
Growing
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
See,
they
we're
did
getting
it.
some ideas
They did it
now.
for The
See?
Rock, right? But because
true.
he's
They
like
did
hard
Young
out,
Rock.
yeah, young
Yeah.
Rock,
Young
so-
Tua.
Young
wasn't
Tua.
it?
Yeah.
That's right.
See?
Which I
He
think
needs
would
a
be,
story.
Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
right.
He deserves
Yeah.
a story
He
too.
He
does.
does.
out.
Didn't he,
He
just
totally
get
does.
put it?
In the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Just
did.
saw that.
And man, it
That's
was so
so
awesome to
cool.
see someone from South
And he
Auckland.
looks
Yeah.
so good. He's
Yeah.
been exercising and
Yeah.
That's so cool. He's doing
and stuff like
Man, you
that.
guys making me really want to write something now.
See,
You are so
you're
welcome.
big and you're thin now, eh?
But I'll just leave it now.
But also, we're actresses as
Yeah,
well.
so if David Tua had about 3 wives,
we can all play
we
each
can all
one.
play, yeah.
Would like to
Yeah.
apologize to David Tua. We're not saying that.
Yeah.
No, he only had 2.
Nah, he's a good dude. I've actually never met him, to be honest, but would love to one day. But
It's
I don't
almost
want
like I
to.
have.
But you have the advantage
Yeah.
because
Got a
you
photo
look like
with
him,
him.
so you can play like him.
You.
Oh gosh.
Let me just find it. You carry
Yeah,
on.
you have a
big
Carry
photo.
on.
One of my mates, I went to school with. So her uncle is actually David Tua, and so my mate at work, his brother-in-law is David Tua, and so at the same time, I'm just like, man, I can't believe I once went to school with one of
Yeah.
these people that
Yeah.
were related to David Tua, and one that's
There's your daddy.
man, you better stop.
Detsy?
Splitting titsy.
Oh gosh, no way, man, no way.
That's cool.
Oh, it's a good idea though. And if we see the play out, we know.
Do we know he was inspired?
Yeah.
inspired by us.
Just
Right.
put our name at the bottom of the
Yeah.
credits, you know.
Oh, you guys will be at the credits for sure.
Lead actress.
Oh.
You can give my water.
Also, if you were to create a role for her, like, you know, like maybe a 50-year-old
Water girl.
grandmother,
Excuse me.
water girl.
Water girl. Something like that.
Okay, what's the next thing?
Lena.
No, you know what she wants to be written in as for that one of that David Tua story is the what? Which character?
The wife?
Nah,
The first or the second wife?
no, the one in the ring that walks around with that number.
Oh, yeah. Can I walk around in a number?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
with a number?
Yeah, that's what we said.
It'll be a
my
dream
God.
come
Oh
true.
my God.
Dream come true.
I can imagine myself right now. Now you imagine like the film thing.
Oh man.
I'm looking forward to you to casting me. Us.
No, we haven't done the.
What?
Remember when
Oh, we
went
haven't
to-
written it yet.
No, we have to do our
Okay,
roles
these girls
tonight.
really want to audition. Okay, so you.
I really want to be an
Let's
actress.
just talk about you've got
Yeah,
a show
Gigi's
coming
not
up.
doing anything
Hey, can
for
you
us.
shut
no
up?
money.
Yeah, there's no money
so
in the
we're
teaching.
really mad right now.
Okay,
Go.
so they've
Okay,
done
go.
too many strikes and they're still not getting their pay increases as teachers. So, you know, so
find another
they're
way.
going to find another way to get
Yes.
some money. So they really want to come and act in your show. So you've got a show coming up in August, right? That you're currently writing or?
It's basically finished.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
that's so cool.
Do you want to share the premise of that storyline or?
Yeah. I'll share bits of it. I don't want to spoil the.
No,
No.
don't spoil
Yeah,
it.
fun.
Don't spoil it.
Little bits.
So basically, so obviously we did the Redemption show last year. So I'm slowly just building the little momentum from that show to putting it onto this next one. So the original name for the show that I've got planned, that I've already mapped out, is called Twist and Turns 685 to the World, based on based on reality. something I've experienced myself as well every day, even when I'm at work or somewhere. It's just sometimes I find it pretty sad. Sometimes not really understanding much of the Samoan language that's been said. Like, I can speak parts and majority of the language and understanding it. But I guess it's just trying to have a communication with our own people is a bit of a struggle, because sometimes they may say something to you and you'll be like, you just stand there, you don't know what to do. You're too afraid to say something that's wrong. And then they'll look at you and they'll laugh at you and be like, oh, so you'll come off as plastic someone, you don't know anything about the culture and blah, blah, blah. And but it's something that I've always wanted to do, is to learn the language a lot more. And I have. I took the Samoan language back in school.
Yeah.
And then obviously I had my grandparents speaking it to me every day, so that's pretty much how I picked it up really quickly than others. But in terms of a conversation, it's probably difficult. I'm not confident in a full-on conversation. I'll probably just mix the Samoan and the English, you know what I mean? But in all honesty, it's I can say from when I was growing up till now, I've improved a lot in speaking the language. But it was never easy understanding things. But there was times where I'll be like, oh, what is it that he said to grab or whatever, or to do. And then I just slowly just started learning the language a lot more and learning a bit of the culture in school. Took a polyfest. The polyfest, and then I ended up trialing out for being a whakaimi or whanua back in those days, and they just showed a comedian side of me out of the comfort zone. I think that's where slowly I wanted to get into acting, was probably because of polyfest.
True. Yeah. What school did you go to?
I went to Mangere College. Yeah, went to that school. But yeah, I wanted to do all these Samoan roles and wanted to be placed into these Samoan gigs. Only because I love the culture. Like, man, that's who I am. There's a reason why the show's title tagline 685 to the world. It's not because it was how Tō Samoa made it through. It was beyond that. It was before it. But even when it did come through, it just made you even more happy. Just to be a supporter and also just to be Samoan in general.
That's cool.
Yeah, and we have talked about that a bit, hey, like, because, we hear a lot of people saying things like that. If you can't speak the language, you're not Samoan. If you can't, if you don't know the culture, you're not Samoan. But, the truth is, if you've got the blood in you, then you're Samoan, right? And so it's not about all of those other things. That's more what people are putting on us. So it's really awesome that you can still appreciate and want to celebrate through the art, like, how much you love Samoan culture and that. So that's really cool that you can bring that forward for others as well who don't know or who have that same feeling, which we've all had in our time growing up as well.
Yeah, and also another thing about that is that, if you have those Samoan borns, when they come straight from Samoa and they try to speak English, you just automatically laugh and call them fobs, right? Because it's the norms. Straight away be like, oh, that's a fob. Like, I'm guilty. Like, honestly, I've said that too. Like, I'm not lying here. I've said it myself. You can't tell me you haven't said it to them behind their backs. I have, and I'm not afraid to admit it. But then again, another thing is, if they call you plastic Samoan, the Kiwis reply back, oh, you're a fob. You know what I mean? And then it creates a little altercation where they're going to get into a fight. And that's why I say is the language barrier just doesn't mix well. If you see Kiwi-born Samoan sitting on one table having a meal, and you see the Samoan-borns on the other table, if you put them together in one, it's going to be awkward. It's not going to mix well. It's going to be probably quiet, maybe a bit of Samoan here and there, but most likely will be English.
If those New Zealand-born Samoans don't have the language.
Yeah. But if they do, then, it's really...
It's a party.
We don't know what will happen.
It's a party.
It is.
Yeah,
Because
it's
I
a
was
party.
just about to say that too.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them might understand but can't speak.
Yeah.
But they still have a way of communicating.
Yeah, and they still laugh.
Which is weird.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they still get it somehow.
Yeah.
But
And like I said before, the only reason why we call them fobs, and it wasn't until later on in life I realised, is like their English is fine, but they're using the tense, the Samoan tense, thinking that's the same way the English tense is, which is why their ngangu isn't that great, because they're doing it in the wrong order.
Yeah.
Whereas if they knew the order that the English language goes with, then I reckon they'd be fine speaking their
That'll be fine.
True.
So we've sort of got this misconception that as soon as you're from Samoa and you don't have the New Zealand accent or an English accent, then we label them a fob, but it's incorrect. You know, we're saying because they can't.
You have an accent?
My accent, I do lots of accents. But I'm not going to do it because it's not about me today, it's about our guest.
Whatever.
Okay.
She's like dying to do her
She's
accent.
So I
So
haven't got one.
Oh, no way.
you try the American one.
Yeah, you like your
Yeah, I
American
use it all the time.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
is it on now?
Yeah, I'm trialing right now to be an actress.
Oh,
my new friend.
My friend.
Notification alerts.
turn your notifications off.
Flight mode.
Squeeze me. Gosh.
You're excused. No. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Let's get the boxes. Let's get the boxes. Let's go.
Nah.
It's very comfortable, eh?
Didn't take you long.
No, not long at all. Not long at all.
So, the show in August, is there set dates yet for that, or?
Yeah, there is
Okay.
the set dates. It's the 9th of August to the 12th of August, which is a 4-night show. So it's a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night.
Cool.
Wednesday night's our opening night. It starts at 8 p.m. It's on my timesheet at home.
Yeah.
I'm looking to see if I'm free to come to work that night.
In August.
So
Girl,
if you
you're
land
free.
with the
Our
wrong, does
show-
that mean you're gonna have
Our
to go
show
work?
is happening. I'm coming to our work.
To work at night time.
To work.
Is there's some female roles, right, in this show that you've got, right?
Yeah, there's two.
So if you were to like put out the casting call and like, you know, people had to come and audition,
Yeah.
like what is like a
Get it
snippet
out.
that you would want them to do, not of your show, but of like what kind of a character
Bring it on.
Let's go.
would you like? Would
Take
you
her out.
like? T
Maybe
to
just to
come
get
in?
them just to play as themselves
Okay.
and not to be anyone else but themselves.
Okay, so
That's really hard.
if we were to describe like a setting of like how this person is going to walk into and show you who they are, what would that look like?
Their
Can you
red
describe that
carpet.
setting?
Red carpet?
It's not a red carpet. It's
Could
like
be anything.
based in South Auckland. mate.
Could be based in West Auckland too. You never
Yeah.
know. Could be anywhere. But yeah, no, you're right. There is 2 female characters in there. So keep an eye out.
And when is the auditioning casting call going out?
Oh, it could be next week.
Oh,
You never know.
Why aren't you giving the real dates? Give us the
So-
real
because
dates.
he's going to
It's,
block
uh,
you.
dates.
It's a secret. It's a secret service.
It could be next week.
He's going to block you on
Okay,
social
Okay,
and
give
then
us
he's
that
going to
Yeah.
post.
so that she can try and audition now, because I already know I'm automatic. You have to audition. He already said
Why can't you audition?
Because he said I was ready before you came.
Pooh, since when?
Before you
Why
came
am
to
I
the
looking at him
podcast.
angry now? What did you say she was natural for?
It's between you two. I haven't said anything.
See?
Can you just let it audition now so that like just do a piece, okay? Can you just give her some honest feedback on her acting, okay?
Give her a character.
Just
Give it.
It would be hard to figure out a character for
God,
her.
because I'm
You
very
gotta
unique.
plan
Give
it.
her a ugly one. Go.
Wow, God,
Okay, go.
What do you mean go? He can't come up with it on the spot.
Yeah.
Okay, you go.
What if you trial out what's her name from Once a Warrior, Beth Hickey?
Go. A strong woman. Aloha.
What does she say in it? And I'll say it.
Yeah, you got the glass there, so you'll be sweet.
now you know what it is. If it's based on real life and she has to be who she is, let's say she's a teacher and she found one of her intermediate students, year 7, 8, what are they? Year 8, smoking behind the shed, and you do what you typically do when you find that.
What this
Why don't you give it to me first?
Wendy, if you're listening, please These are your staff, man.
And that is why our
This
students
is your
of today.
Okay, move it back. Take it away from me because I don't want to shine so much. I'm going to come out on August the 9th, Wednesday night.
You have to just act as Beth. Hurry up.
But give me the dialogue, then I'll say it because I don't watch it that.
Cook
I don't
my
watch it.
fucking eggs.
No, that was Jake.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
she-
that
Cook
was-
your own fucking eggs.
Pukana eyes and all.
I pick on it. I did.
She
Oh
did.
my
I did.
gosh. Then we have I'm gonna have a talk with those other guys.
We're going to cut them off.
I'm sorry, guys.
Let us have a
Sorry
little
about it.
meeting first to see what we can
Do
do.
a crying scene that someone just
Hurt me?
dumped you. Yeah. But in Samoan.
Yeah, in Samoan. There you go.
Does it have to be in Samoan? You need the Samoan music at the background.
So it's not about me.
Sasai tonight.
One time.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to behave, cool.
Yeah, he's sorry. He didn't make we'll get
Yeah,
back
I
to
probably
you.
didn't, but
We'll
you
get
know
back
what?
to
Yeah.
you.
Good luck to
So
the
there
people
will
that
still
go.
be 2 available positions.
Positions,
on the
'cause we
because
failed.
she did not make it.
Thank you for coming.
Welcome. You're so welcome.
So you know how you were saying about your show and how it has it's about the story that you've been through and all of that kind of stuff. But have you ever thought about doing it like in schools? Because I just feel like sometimes those are the youth need to hear that, right? Like that's the stories the youth
good
need to
question.
hear,
Yeah.
and the chances of them actually coming to a show, like, is that?
Yeah, no, it's
do you engage them?
definitely my so what I did last year, I went to be a little guest speaker in my old school, based on the Redemption show that season 2 that I had to put on.
Cool.
So I went and spoke there for a bit and just to kind of give back, and just told them that I actually didn't take drama in school, but it wasn't until after school I took it. But it's a good thing. It's all about having fun and enjoying yourself. You
Yeah.
know, like at least you're doing something with your life and not doing the wrong things.
Yeah.
You know, going out at night doing the wrong things. You know, but at least you're doing it as a hobby. It's like playing sports on a Saturday. You're training Tuesday to Thursdays, but you're actually rehearsing for a show to perform.
Yeah.
So you got to look at it that way, in those types of aspects.
Yeah, and there's probably not enough exposure in the Pacifica community about being a creative, Like it's more focused towards being sportsmen or like lawyers, doctors, or your general thing, or the trades, right? And I think often creatives are missed out, right? But it's such a good opportunity, especially because a lot more people in society want to hear the Pacifica story, right? Like what was the movie you said you went and saw? And
That red.
Oh, White and Bros.
Yeah.
yeah. And so, in our last podcast, she was mentioning how there was like a lot of Palangis in the audience, right? And so that's kind of like who they do want to hear it, you know. But we need to be in the creative sector to be able to do that, right, and deliver that. And so I guess that's the message too that needs to get through to.
Yeah, or else they wouldn't
just
be
the kids,
exposed to
not
it,
just the kids,
Oh, it's
but
everybody.
also the parents too, right? Because I think even as a parent like myself, it's like it's hard to, because you already have in your mind what success looks like, right, for your kids, and that's often not a, not one of them is to be, an actor or whatever, because it's so hard to crack in New Zealand.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah, that's
Yeah. So that would be cool too, to get through to the youth, because I think that's who need to hear it before they get to the 20s and start playing up and taking those wrong
because I can
paths,
use my daughter as an example. One of my daughters, she's very quiet than the other ones. But what I've just found, I only just realised this year, is that she really likes drama, but I never knew that, right? Never knew it. And then when she was on stage, she was like, gosh, she's taking drama at school. But my worry is, where does she go to after there? Because with our Pacific, we don't really know. We just do the subjects in high school and then usually listen to your parents. Whereas I'm like, no, baby, if you want to do drama when you're past 18, go do it. Where would they go? What do they do? Especially for our Pacifica people who are really wanting to get out there. But, they don't have the money to have the connections and to be signed up by agencies and stuff like that. So what would you recommend to like high schoolers? Where should they, is it who you know, or is there a path? Because it's really hard, I guess.
Yeah. No, I know what it's like, because when I went and studied, after graduating from Suli Moore's class, I took up another performing arts course at Pipa. I remember when I used to be around, so after best training, when I was there, and then so I did Pipa for 1 year, and there was times where I questioned myself, like, if I finish up from here, from just completing just a full year when it's supposed to be a 3-year bachelor's degree thingy, where do I go from here? There wasn't really any pathway for me to go through, so the obvious choice for me was just go look for work.
Yeah.
Was the honest thing.
That's the default,
that was probably the hardest thing I had to do, was because it felt like I had to start back from scratch all over again. Was to go and look for jobs and applying for jobs, like just to be a normal worker, but really deep down, the performer in you have a lot to give.
Yeah.
You have a lot of unfinished business within stage, filming, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And there was no way, there wasn't any way that I could come back from just working, and I needed to do something outside of my job. It wasn't until after I finished up the year, graduated in Suli's class, and I think it was in 2017, I did a show that Suli had wrote and directed, and I was working, so I was working at the same time, so I was like, okay, cool. And then what I had to do was I had to literally sacrifice my working hours to do something that I really loved.
Yeah.
And I was on a whole year not doing it. Like, man, I was really gutted. I couldn't get and perform and stuff, but I had to just really work to pay the bills, because in reality checks, it's like you need money, you need to have all these things to get what you want, what you need. But having that career pathway, there weren't many links and pathways for me personally. The only guy that was always there was always Suli. I always used to just message him and ask him, well, if you have any shows and stuff, I'm glad to take part in it. And he's always like, yeah. He's always taking me under his wing and giving me some really, really good advice, and I think he hates it when I credit him.
Well, shout out to Suli.
Yeah.
Sully.
He was on Back of the 135, I think, a few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So jump on there and have a listen
Oh, definitely.
about the Sully guy.
Sully.
Sully.
Sad.
Sully's no. He knows.
Cool. So we are going to just move on to our boxes, which has been retired for most of this year. But so in case you've missed it, and to our guest, in case you're not sure, we have listeners and some of the guests that sit in here add some questions to these boxes. The boxes are... Oh, see, you can explain this.
Okay. So we have 3 different boxes, as you can see.
Oh my God.
Let it go.
First, we have serious. It's a very serious box topic. Okay.
Spelled with a Z.
You look serious.
I am trying to be serious.
Yeah.
Can we just give him my niece underage, so just G
I'm
rates.
trying to act and get a roll over here.
way under your age.
It's not that kind of a show, okay?
And then you got people like these, anything. It's not special,
wow.
it's just anything.
Wow.
Okay, so which one would you like to choose from first?
Don't be shy.
So the rules are, you pull out a paper, a paper, and then you read it, and then you have to answer it first before it goes around to us.
So from any box, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Bigger box,
So
any box.
open them.
He's like, why
am I nervous
ask
to
to
opening
come
up these
on
letters?
here?
Okay.
Ah, God. All right, I'll just go with this one.
Boring. What box is it?
Go.
Anything. Read it and then answer it.
Ooh. How often should people leave their I can't really read that. Oh, kids with their parents, the kids and grandparents.
Do you have
Often.
kids?
No.
I didn't have kids. Okay.
I
So
don't
what do
have-
you think? How
Do
often?
you have siblings that have kids, like nieces and nephews?
Nah,
No.
none of my siblings have
Oh,
kids.
You're so
they're-
lucky. You're a quiet house.
we're all-
They're probably all young.
they all have
Yeah, true.
So I've got two of my sisters and my little brother that have partners, but I'm the only one that doesn't. So I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
So what's your opinion? You know how you got, let's picture your parents, they're in the, I don't know, 60s, 70s or something, or 50s, 60s, 70s. What's your opinion on kids leaving their kids with their parents and going and kawhauing, going and, is that in English? Ka'a. Is that in English? Ka'a.
Kawhauwi.
Yeah.
Well, I don't mind. Well, I don't think there is any. Oh man, no, because I haven't really been in that situation or seen much of it. Yeah, it's pretty tough here.
Do you think your parents would mind if
No,
you dropped your kids off?
no. I think if I was to have kids, they probably would be happy if it was just like a few nights or so. If I was to have kids,
If you had 4 kids.
Well, whatever. Yeah, I think for me personally, I think that the grandparents would love to have the kids over to spend time with,
Yeah.
Yeah.
while the parents go out and to do whatever,
Release, yeah.
Do their thing.
have a break, and go out go foul.
See?
Good answer. It's sort of changed over time.
Yeah.
Like, I personally have never left my kids with like my parents for like days, days on end, or sleep all the time over there. Maybe once a week, once a fortnight type thing. But then you got other people who it's a regular,
yeah.
and it's like, oh my gosh. Part of me is like, give your parents a break.
Yeah, me too.
It's like
I
they're getting
wanna-
old. They need a break. They're not young. At least give them at least 2-3 days break. But then again, I did some reading, especially before my mum passed away and stuff. And I was like, a lot of the readings said that old people actually enjoy the company of their grandkids.
It keeps
them
them
It
young.
keeps them young.
Yeah.
And I was
Active.
like, shit, that makes a lot of sense.
Mm.
Because like, when I see my mum, it would be a couple of days a week, but then we would leave. Then she'd ring all the time. Like, why are you ringing? You those annoying ones which you regret now. But she just wanted to be around the kids. So I think, honestly, kids make older people's lives a bit longer, I think, and happier. Like they've got something to live for, and they see these little ones coming up, and they just want to be there for them.
Yeah.
And yet when they're not there, our older ones think, okay, what am I here for? They just look at each other and then go to sleep, and it's just, there's nothing there. So I think, younger kids keep the grandparents alive and well and kicking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And more importantly, happy.
Happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've seen it too, because
Yeah.
with my siblings at times when they were, because I stay with my grandparents, right?
Yeah.
So I'm the oldest, so I stay with them. My siblings will come around, like maybe, or before it used to be like almost every weekend, or not almost, but like
Yeah.
a few times on the weekends. Like my grandparents will just go, my nana, and they will just go all out for them.
Yeah.
Like, buy them KFC or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Just so they can, be happy and
Yeah.
see them happy as
Yeah.
well. Just so that
Yeah.
they see their grandkids. They just want to see them grow, and
Yeah.
and they really are hoping that they can see them grow older and older as the years go by, I
Yeah,
guess.
exactly.
And not just one of those ones where it's just they don't want to, what's it called? They just want to see their grandkids,
Yeah.
in general.
And it's good when you don't take that for granted, though. Because there are some parents who will just go and get their kids, and they're
Yeah.
there for ages.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's so often,
Yeah.
it's, oh, come on, now you're just
Yeah.
being stupid.
Yeah.
You're supposed to raise your own kids.
Yeah.
But it's that balance, too, with the old ones. But, yeah.
I think the difference between when our parents had like their relationship with us and their relationship with their grandchildren is when they had us, they were also working, so they didn't have time to do that. But now, like, they're retired and they have the ability to like have time, like actual quality time with their grandchildren. They're not busy taking off to work and stuff like that. So I think that creates quite a difference too. Because often we turn around and go, man, how are you so nice to like, they let the grandkids get away with anything, right? And it's so different to how they were with us. But
I just think it's common sense when it comes to age.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Looking at their age, they need a rest.
Yeah.
But then when you're there on the daily,
Yeah.
like, or leaving the kids there for a long, they still got to rest. So that's my part. It's like they still got to rest.
See, with our dad, we take our kids to go and see him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or he will make the effort to come and see
Yeah.
the grandkids, but we've never left him with the kids.
Oh, yeah.
It's only because, but by 1 o'clock he's tired.
Yeah.
And we don't want to put that pressure on
Exactly.
him as long as he's seen his grandkids.
They look strong. They say they're strong.
Yeah,
but
yeah. They're weak.
They
Yeah,
need a
tired.
rest, man.
Yeah.
And so as long as he's seen his grandkids,
Yeah.
and then that's it, then he's okay. And then we're okay with that. Like, we'll just use each other to babysit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it comes
Yeah.
to going out or something, we've got a wedding to attend,
Yeah.
no kids or
Yeah.
something like that. But yeah, with Dad, nah, we don't let the kids with him.
Yeah.
Except for my other brother. Next question.
Yeah, back in the day, I was really guilty of that. T. Back after my divorce, I was partying like every weekend, and so we would party a lot. And so my kids were never with me. I would drop them off to my mum like all the time while you all came over to Mount Albert.
I don't recall.
I can't remember. I'm
Yeah,
getting
no,
old.
You were all there helping me party, okay?
I was,
So
was with my
technically, where were your children then? No.
with their dad.
Yeah, with their dad.
Also divorced. Carry on.
So yeah, that was back in the day. But I obviously now she was young enough to be able to handle that, and she loved it too, seeing them. But I did get ridiculous. It was every single weekend, and I think it was actually your brother that said, "Shucks, Ria never has the kids."
I know, you hold on to
I
that.
was so
still,
upset.
man.
Yeah, but it was like a real turning point to go, "Shucks, I actually really do spend a
yeah.
lot of time like."
It was kind of like a healing. You were going through a
No, I think she just
your
needed
own
a
journey.
reality jab in the
yeah.
mouth. Danny did it. Danny jabbed her in the mouth with his words.
Oh, Danny did.
Danny.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Well, then.
But yeah, but I guess too, it was twofold as well. But even now she's older, but now her other grandchildren live in Fiji, so she goes over there and loves doing the pickups and the drop-offs and all of that to school as well, and being involved, I guess, in that thing. But mine are teenagers now, so there's not.
Because when parents go through that empty nest thing,
Yeah,
where their
yeah.
own kids live, and then they're bored of each other.
Yeah.
Because once you get to know your actual husband or wife, you're like, oh, really? After the kids leave. For some of them, and it's like, kui ngi for until you go pick up the grandchildren.
Why are you describing your life?
Oh, man, it's a
Gosh.
hard one, man.
Okay, your turn too.
Yeah,
What?
and DJ's
Pick 'em
going,
up.
well, like I
Okay.
said, I don't have kids, so why are you guys still talking about
sorry.
yourself?
Now, put me off.
I know you wanted to go for the sexy boss box, so I'll go for it, okay? Don't worry. What a stinky. Apparently, marriages are more solid if you don't live together first. What is your view? Apparently, marriages. Can I say it properly? This is my acting coming out.
Oh, right.
Just a marriage.
Acting's a fob.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still a no. Still a no.
I'm looking at him going,
Still a cat.
still no.
Did you get that? Did you like that? Okay, apparently marriages are more solid if you don't live together first. That's my question. If you don't live together first. Yeah, I think if you date for like 5 or 6 years, like date,
Like
you
not
get to
live
know each other
together.
but not live together. Oh, actually, shit, I go back. That was my acting.
Just hurry up and answer the question. Jeez.
It's really hard. There's so many
Stop
like
making it
situations
about your
coming
life.
out of
Only
here.
one situation.
Okay.
Just answer it.
Yes.
Yes, what?
I don't know what to say. Yes.
See, gay. Apparently, marriages are more solid if you don't live together.
If I go for you.
Go Fafia.
Say that for me first. What's your view?
Gonna read it.
Apparently marriages.
Apparently, marriages are more solid. I think it is true. Yeah, I think it is solid.
What's true?
Because you living together first before you get married. Because you kind of get a sense of what you're going to live with and be married.
That you're acting, eh?
with thy partner for the rest
Have
of
you
your
got
damn
a
life.
character that has a lisp or?
Like
Where'd you get a lisp from?
we've
sounds
lived
cool,
together
Cliff,
for
eh?
how long have we lived together for? Sonny Bill. You can't see him. He's behind the camera. You can't see him though. But don't pull the camera that way.
Oh, Sunny Bill.
Valeu, Sonny.
Many body of Sunny.
It is.
Okay.
Oh,
Show your face.
Okay.
Yes. Shelly. Yeah, I think it is true that it's
You already
good
said that.
that it is solid if you live with somebody before you get married.
If you don't live together.
Okay. No.
Okay, you know what?
It depends, really.
You guys,
I mean,
up.
if you're gonna marry somebody, either whether you live with them before you get married or not, it has its pros and cons.
That's all.
Yeah. Anyway, look at this little bag I have.
Oh no.
Wait, she hasn't answered. What do you think?
Go.
And then bring up your
I
bag.
disagree. I did not live with my husband before I married him. We were dating for 6 years and moved in after the wedding, and it didn't last. So
Yeah.
you know, it might prolong the relationship because when you live together, then you start learning the
honeymoon.
you start learning the things that this is how
That
you
annoy
live.
you?
Oh, this is how you don't put your washing in the basket type stuff. So
That's
it's
how
that-
whangaelo you are.
yeah, but you don't
So
know
it
that,
is
eh?
good
So then,
to live together before everything.
so I think it's actually more solid if you live together first because you
That's
go
what I
into the
said.
marriage knowing all the stuff that's
Yes.
already annoying. So
Yeah. Well, I did that.
yeah, and that's why you're still married. Well
Yeah.
done.
And I've done that. Just wait for the marriage. Okay,
Sunny.
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 Is Sunny listening?
He's sleeping.
Yotze, what's your opinion?
Um,
From the
He's
non-married.
sleeping too.
yeah, he is.
Do you want the questions? You want to read it?
Yeah. Actually, let me read it.
Or maybe because you don't have the experience of marriage that you can say, would
Probably,
you
yeah, what
would
he
you
thinks.
live together with your partner before getting married?
Oh, I'm actually pretty guilty with that, eh?
Living with your partners?
Yeah. I think that's the mistake I made.
Interesting.
Yeah. Such a dumb decision that I did. Only because when you're in love with someone,
Yeah.
like you'll literally do anything.
Yeah.
And I guess that mindset that I had back then
Sometimes.
was just that
Was it
mindset he
after
had.
1 week? Did you say I love you after 1 week? Because that's the
I
problem.
was,
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember. It was like 4 years ago. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm guilty. I think living with each other before marriage is not too bad too. I think it's like,
It's
you
a
mentioned
good-
it depends. It really depends, eh? Because you actually see who that person is
Yeah.
Yeah.
and what she really is like, or he is really like,
Yeah.
at home, around the house, or whatever.
Yeah.
Rather than just behind the phone,
Yeah.
texting or FaceTiming, video calling, whatever.
Yeah.
But you get to see the full person
Yeah.
for who they truly are
Yeah.
at home.
Yeah.
And then, once you guys get married, then you already know what you're in for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're already prepared in
Yeah.
advance.
Yeah.
That's so true.
You
eh?
go
Yeah.
into that with eyes wide open, eh?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
If
here I
you're
am
really
talking
Then
from
that goes against
experience.
tradition.
If you're really gonna be happy or not.
That depends. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that
It
same
goes
question.
against tradition.
yeah. But I think that has also changed. It's become more
Yeah.
accepted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Times
is.
changed.
Like
Yeah.
some people just be like, oh, you guys are living together, but you're not married. But
Yeah.
then again, it just goes to the point where it's like, they go through the whole Samoan thing where
Yeah.
you guys need to get married and then stay together or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I don't really
Yeah.
know it that well. But nowadays it's just like, they're just living together.
Normal.
They have kids, but they're not married. But they've been together for how long?
If anyone de facto, wow.
Yeah.
De facto
What?
relationship. Ole de facto. De facto. Just want to keep saying de facto.
Okay, go. Your turn, Sin. Go faithful. Sexy talk.
Would you ever, drunk or sober, try a rainbow kiss? We need a fact
What's
check
a
on
rainbow
this
kiss?
one.
Sonny, can you please tell us what a rainbow
What's
kiss
a
is,
rainbow?
please?
Wait, what's a rainbow kiss?
I have no idea.
I'm just,
I
I'm
guess
just assuming.
it was like this. Because, you arch like a rainbow and then kiss.
That's also like those,
We-
the ones that the
Just wait until the rainbow comes your way and just kiss under the rainbow.
Just try and look for it.
No, you just go.
What? Okay.
Ooh.
Like,
Oh, what? Oh, God, it's going to be gross, isn't
What's
it?
it?
It's when a guy goes down on a girl while she's in a prayer.
Having a
Oh,
what?
that's just...
Period.
That's a rainbow kiss? That's not rainbow.
That's red.
Yeah, that's what it says. According
So
to
tell us your experience.
I don't know.
Oh, my God.
Already.
Well, we haven't done a rainbow kiss. No.
No, I don't know.
No,
what that-
that's...
Look, he's like, oh, no.
I don't know what that is, man. I've never heard of one.
What?
according to Urban Dictionary.
Okay. That's
What? You just go down, kiss your girl. And then
when you
go.
kiss a girl when she's on her...
Down the girl when she's
Mate.
on the prayer.
Yeah.
Why
That's
would
a
you
no
ever-
from the panel. Would you do that drunk or sober?
Okay, first of all,
It's a
drunk.
no and
you
a
do-
no.
And sober is just boy.
Oh my god.
Oh, that is a big fat no from me.
I guess if it's a fetish for people.
I think it is. That's
so it must
definitely
be
a fetish.
So you know what?
Only
Go
fetish
for
people.
gold. You're
Yeah.
all good. No, thank you.
Have your rainbow kiss. What a stupid name.
Why is it called a rainbow kiss?
I don't know.
I don't know and I don't want to know.
Hey, would you do a rainbow kiss?
Nah.
Okay.
I'll pass.
Well, my rainbow kiss was totally wrong to what I thought that was.
Oh, what did you think it was?
It was like a rainbow.
Oh, like the arch
This
your...
and then you kiss the other person.
No, so I was thinking around those lines. But
Oh, no, I
went right
wasn't.
And I'd say I thought you just go
Yeah,
like
don't
this
go
thing,
deep like
jumping.
you.
Mine was completely different. I
What
just
was
thought it
yours?
What were
was
you
raining
thinking?
outside. Wait till you see the rainbow. Yeah, let's go out there and just.
But you can never find the end of the
Yeah,
rainbow.
that's what I mean.
So you never get the
Then,
kiss.
yeah.
It's just going to kiss you around everything.
Say, oh, this is close enough.
And Lily, your lips.
That's
That's just half
I think
of the
half
rainbow
is
kiss.
enough.
He always have the blood in his mouth. Oh, she's going down on him.
Okay, you could have stopped that.
So now she's putting the
No.
blood on him.
Okay, no, yuck.
Do people do that?
Oh, man.
We are so shouted.
That doesn't make any sense. That is not a fetish.
That's. I've got no words.
That's disgusting.
But if that is you, then that is you,
Your
okay?
turn.
But if that is
Go for gold.
name and shame the person, no.
No, it's got
There's
no name. See, that's why people send and
That's why.
that's
They
why
send
people send it
anonymous.
anonymous, so that
Yeah.
and apologies for making it. We are just not aware
So
of
no,
that
we
kind
wouldn't
of.
do
We are
that.
just the people who read the stupid questions.
They are all good questions.
Great.
Next question, from the what's this serious box?
Serious.
Can guys who work in the office be handymen? Oh, so our friend Sunny Bill over here works in an office. Are you a handyman?
Sonny, why are you laughing?
Sonny said no.
Hey, is he a handyman?
Are you a handyman,
No,
Sonny?
is he a handyman?
No.
Wait, let's clarify. Handyman like DIY
Oh,
around
like
the
do
house?
stuff around the
Like,
house.
yeah.
So say like somebody who works in like a guy who works in the office as an office worker.
Your husband's an office worker, right?
Oh yeah, both of
Is
you.
he a handyman? Candyman.
Oh,
eh?
I think the answer is no, guys.
Yeah.
Do we
not
know anyone who
really.
works in the office?
Yeah,
And
both
then
your
come-
partners do.
Yeah, but do we know?
Yeah, do we know other people?
Only other guys.
We're not throwing under the bus, eh,
Yeah.
Sonny Bill?
Yeah. That who work in the office and then come home, I want to
never
do the
thought of that.
lawns.
Yeah, nah.
I'm gonna fix the fence. I'm gonna fix the
Nah,
deck.
mine doesn't. I was gonna say it.
Yeah, but does yours take the rubbish out?
Yes,
Oh, you send me
he
mine.
does.
But that's not a
See, they do
handyman.
something.
Hey,
That
that's
is mine.
that is not a handyman.
That's
A handyman
rubbish guy.
is the handle is
Yeah.
falling off the
You say the
door,
light
and
switch
you're
in the
gonna
wall
fix
is
it.
still pushed in, right?
Yeah.
And you're trying to flick it up, but
So
you don't know how to do it.
specific.
So you're waiting, you know, for a
It's a
handyman.
true story. It's a true story.
4 years is still inside the wall.
It hurts so bad.
You know, but that's my example.
Oh, very specific.
That's
Can you
people
show
tell
me when I
before
come
we
back
start
home?
rolling. Yeah, it's in the bathroom.
So I guess that's a no
Did
way,
he even
guys.
attempt?
Sad story.
Oh.
No, okay. I think they can be if they wanted to be, but
If
no,
they
I
want
don't
it
know.
to be.
Yeah. And that's okay if you're not.
Is that okay?
Are you second?
Sunny Bill?
But you know what? If they work in the office and earn enough to pay somebody to do it, then okay.
There you go.
Then
Yeah.
That'll
Okay.
do, donkey. That'll do.
Lucky that covered them.
Yeah.
You're lucky.
You're welcome. Saved
Yeah.
you. What do you reckon, DJ?
Oh,
Can guys who work in the office be handymen?
yeah, I know a lot of my mates who's working at the office right now.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't even know if they are handymen. Maybe they are, but I don't see it
Yes, see?
because they're more in the office, so you don't really see them out in the workplace. You know, really.
And they don't want to get their hands
They
dirty,
maybe have done it before I got there, but
Maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe
Depends.
not really,
Yeah.
eh?
But do you know women who work in the
No.
office that are also handy?
I don't never seen it.
I do. I don't work
When
in an
is it?
office.
Yeah, we don't work in an
Oh, I'm
office.
not
Do you not
handy.
class yours as a? Do you not class yours as an? No, not an office.
No.
Anyway,
yeah, no, I
what's-
think it just depends.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, to be honest.
Who are you up to?
You go another. It's DJ's. turn.
You go.
Pick from another
Oh, great.
another box. I don't know about this one, and it's rainbow questions.
Oh my god.
We'll go one more round. Eh?
Yeah, serious.
Oh yeah. Is it important? Is it important to learn something behind for your kids? Example, abuse tolerant.
Sorry, ole.
Yeah, can we read your writing, man?
It's not. It's leave.
Is it important to leave something behind for your kids? Example, a house.
Oh, like inheritance
Is it important to leave a house?
or
Inheritance.
Yeah.
Mm.
You answer first.
No, I don't think so. Yeah,
Because
simple. Well, I really don't know because it's like, yeah, it's just kind of just put us all in the spot. So still trying to figure out what it is.
Okay, for me, is it important? What's the question? Is it important to leave something
Leave
behind for
behind,
your kids, like
yeah.
a house? Oh crap! I used to think it was very, very, very important, and it is good, especially if you don't come from a rich family and you have a house. Let's put it that way. And you want to leave your kids. You want to leave knowing that your kids won't struggle straight
Yeah.
away. At least they've got something to get them going and to get over you passing away. And just as a stepping stone, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Because then again, it depends on the kids' ages.
Mm.
If you kaka and you don't have a house to pass on to your adult kids, well, the adults go
Yeah.
do your own thing.
Yeah.
If your kids are younger and you kaka, I believe there still should be something to support them, and especially because
Yeah.
we're not rich. Yeah, people I know. We're just happy-go-lucky people. But then again, you got to instill in your kids that it's important to work for your own
For
stuff.
themselves. Yeah.
If you don't leave stuff for your kids, at least they've still got that ethic, that work ethic to go. You can get it yourself. You do it yourself. So it sort of just depends on the circumstance, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with what you said. I think things are quite different now. I think back in the day it was always, oh, you have to have a house.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
to have something to leave behind for your kids. But I think, like, even if it's not a house, but you save some money
Yeah.
to leave
Same
behind
sort of,
for your kids, just something.
Something.
But I think it's really just working with your kids to get off their ass and do their
Yeah.
own, get their own thing,
Yeah.
so that when you do cuck it, they're not running back to you. You know,
To your grave to ask for some
to
money.
ask, you know, borrow your
Yeah.
gas if you're listening to this podcast.
Man, you're
Jerry.
really specific.
It's one of those
I'm
days.
just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that they know when, like I know people that didn't even, their parent cucked it and they didn't know how to do a bank account and they were adults.
Shoot.
Oh, shit.
Which was,
Because they
Quite
had been
sad.
like looked after.
Looked
yeah,
after.
because they
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
Bubble
she did it all.
wrapped. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's more important than saving money or anything.
Yeah.
It's knowing that they can do themselves before you cuck it. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's my 100% opinion.
I guess I've been really conscious of the fact that I'm a single parent, and so I've always been really conscious of making sure that because the kids are teenagers, like they're underage, that if I do cuck it before they are of age, that they have something there,
Taken care
like
of,
stability, that they're taken care of. So for me, that has actually been my focus for the last, however long, is just making sure, like, get the mortgage paid, just get it sorted, so that if something happens to me, and have the life insurance to pay that off, so that if something happens, that they don't have to find somewhere to live, like that they have a home. And that's probably something that Mum instilled in us as well growing up, is that no matter if we moved away, we always had a base.
To come back to, yeah.
That would come back to, which obviously is helpful after you get a divorce and then you go back home. Like, it's always there, so it's kind of like, the family home, right? You've always got somewhere safe to go, and that's
happens.
and for me, I think that's important for my own situation, is just to make sure that they have that stability, because at least I've got that, and that they don't become a burden, although they shouldn't, on other people, and other people don't feel that, oh well, who's going to look after these kids now, type thing, So I don't ever want anyone to think that way of the kids, So yes, that's why I would leave that. Whose question was that? I think we just go two more, and then I think it's your turn. I think that was T's question.
Was it?
I think so. Why you keep going into that box?
Because the other one's making me go sleep. And how do you know your relationship, marriage is done?
Speaking from experience.
Wow, let me tell you. How
Count
do
the
you know your
ways.
relationship, marriage is done? Oh, when I think for me, it's done when it's disconnected. There's just no connect whatsoever. You're only hanging on to a piece of thread. Yeah, I think when there's a massive disconnect.
I
being nice.
know what I know. How do I put this?
Saying it in a
nicely?
very nice way.
The question, T, is how do you know your relationship or marriage is done? So I think
I said disconnect.
Yeah.
When there's a massive disconnect.
I saw this thing on TikTok where it said that by the time a woman leaves, like actually gets the courage to leave the relationship or the marriage, she was already long done. And that's why they don't look back. And that is so true. Like, by the time I left, I was already probably a couple of years. Like, that had been building up for, and it's just by the time you actually do the action, it was like gone. So and I think it's a gradual thing. Like, I don't even know if there's a point where you go, oh yeah, no, it's done. But I think it might just sneak up on you. I don't know. you know when you know, and it's different for everyone. But I think that's true. Once a woman actually leaves, she was long done anyway. So, yeah, maybe
That's
relationship.
so true.
Yeah. Over to you, DJ.
I'd say it'll be something to do with communication. Communication, and also, like you said, it was kind of like a disconnect. Just based on just like no contact for some reason, like you're acting like single and stuff.
Like flatmates.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
you're just friend zone,
Yeah.
Yeah.
type in a way, and it's like, oh, are we even a thing? Or oh yeah, I've been through it, so I know what it's like. And it's that feeling of, at times you kind of have that little guilty feeling. Like you feel guilty, and then there's times where it's like a relief. Yeah, but then you kind of feel stink about it too at the same time. But yeah, that's it is what it is.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah.
That's all I had to say.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think you're done when you're just ingo to be around a person.
You mean
You're sick of the sight of them.
You're now see ingo in English.
Oh,
I'm just coming straight.
I'm so sick of
To
seeing
the
your
point,
face.
let's say you go home and it's like, I'm gonna be at home. And it's like, or you stay back with your friends because you don't want to go home.
Oh.
Or you come
You
to
know?
the podcast.
Whoa! Dear. Don't know what you're talking about. No, but honestly, I think it's when you don't want to be around, you don't feel it. Sometimes you think you love them, but you're not in love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
You know, you might still love the person, but you're not in love anymore.
Yeah. Like you're not
And
excited.
You're not
to see
excited.
them.
You don't get butterflies. You're like,
Yeah.
what the hell is butterflies? I haven't had that since for ages ago.
Yeah, but you,
You know?
don't get butterflies, after being together for so long.
Some people
But
still do, apparently.
I think, do they?
Yeah, I get it all the time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the nomination.
See, she is a good actor, man.
See?
Did you believe what you
Did you
just said?
believe that?
Because it was the truth.
I was just observing you like this.
She lying.
She's still trying, man.
I always wanted to be an actor when I was like this. Now I'm nearly in the grave and I'm still not being an actress.
No, for me, I think that when you know it's over, it's like when you're going out with your friends and then you're like, oh yeah, you know, and your mates are going, oh, let's go out over here, and you're like, nah, I just want to go. You know, I'm okay to go home. Whereas before, it's kind of like, nah, I want to go out till 6 a.m. because I don't want to go home.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Do you know the difference?
So you know when it's over when you want to go out till 6
Yeah.
in the morning.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, yeah.
You're not.
Or you don't go home at all.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Don't go home.
6 in the morning.
6 in the morning.
Yeah.
But then, you know, you're with someone you
They're
care
more-
about, then you go home early, you know?
Yeah. Not
You
So,
respect.
Yeah.
Sunny, if she starts not coming home, or she's coming
There's
home
a
at 6 in the
disconnect.
morning,
Then it's T's fault. She purposely locked me somewhere and then told you lies. She would, she'll do something like that.
Anywho, finish. We say your
one more, I think, and yeah, I did mine. One more, and then
Yeah.
that's it.
one more.
Finito? Okay, tell me.
Sexy. I want to laugh.
These haven't been laughing.
They
ones
haven't
so
been
far.
sexy
For sexy,
laughing,
nice
eh?
relationship.
They've been
That's a
caca.
sad one.
Oh, it's in
Because
a
that
high note.
relationship. When is it okay to talk about your ex to your current partner? Never.
I
Don't
think it's good to be
deny-
honest from the beginning.
deny everything.
Oh, wait.
Deny.
I don't know.
When is it okay to talk about your ex? I don't think it is okay.
Well, when you start talking, like when you just started going together and like, oh, so who did you used to go with?
No, don't talk
Just like
about
Pretty
it.
much the first
I
topic
don't
that
know,
comes
like
to the
something
head.
like that. Not just randomly when you've been going out for 6 years.
There was this there's a MTV program, I think it's called Ghosted, and they contacted this guy and said this girl had had asked these people to contact the guy who had ghosted, and then they got a hold of him and they said, oh, how come they wanted to know why he ghosted? And he said, because she kept talking about her ex and compared me to him. And then there was one thing she said about, it was after they had slept together or something, and she mentioned the ex about, after that, and and so he actually left that night and never contacted her again, and she didn't know why. And so he's saying, because she kept comparing me, I don't want to be compared all the time to her ex. And
should have told her, because I don't even, it sounds like she doesn't.
She doesn't get it, like just clueless. Yeah. So
because it just shows that you're still thinking about the ex when you're bringing up the ex and talking about the ex.
Sometimes too, though, if you are talking about the ex, because like you're thinking about all the things that you didn't like about the person, and sometimes you might be thinking, oh, I'm like trying to let my partner know that, oh, you're so not him. Like, and I hated all these things about him, and you're so not him. But I don't think the partner wants to hear about it. Just leave the ex in the past and be done with it.
Do you talk about your ex?
Nah.
And your dates?
Nah. I think it is best to just not bring it up at all. Like in conversations, just based on the situation, that if you've met somebody new, then it's best to not bring it up at all.
Clean slate, eh?
Yeah. And it just like pretty much just acknowledge what's in front of you.
Yeah.
And just leave it.
I like that. Take
Just
notes,
leave
everybody.
Are you single?
Now, viewers want to know.
Are you single? Because there's a platform here.
Oh gosh.
If you're looking, we can be your wing woman.
So if you're doing
that a yes?
nothing this
Is that a yes?
weekend,
No,
I
it's
don't say anything.
complicated.
give him a go.
And that's how he's going to get nobody.
Oh, that reminds me. Guess how long guys come for?
God. Why?
That's my fun fact.
3 seconds.
No, close.
5.
So close.
6.
Yes. On average.
Wow.
Guess how long a chick comes for, which means, guys, you got to keep going. Don't just stop after 6 seconds. Have a guess, mister.
A minute.
No idea.
No, you can't come from a minute.
Yeah, how long? Hurry up.
20 seconds.
Holy crap.
They last way longer than a dude. So
Yeah,
a dude's
that's-
just wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. That's where that came from. How dare you?
That's so rude.
Is we like to take things slowly and just...
Anyway.
Help us out.
And on that note,
Thank you for coming, everybody.
DJ, where can people find you on socials? Not your address. Where can people?
Obviously
But if
not.
you want to drop
I
that,
don't want to see my people. Hey, what are you doing? Get out of my house. Stalkers. It's on Instagram. DJ Fong, so DJYFOG_. And yeah.
You on TikTok?
Yeah,
Oh,
but
cool.
it's spelled different.
Oh yeah.
It's DEJEY and then FONG.
Yeah. Cool.
And same as Facebook.
and if people are wanting to know when your audition dates are, no, I'm asking in case people want to come
Yeah.
and audition for real, where will they find that information? On your Insta and stuff? Or?
Yeah, or just direct message me if
Okay.
if anything.
Oh, don't open the invitation to her because she
She's
will.
like, okay, where's my phone?
Be like, oh no, I've seen this before. I'll just go. And then I get a phone call. Are you still trying your
Yeah,
best?
just ghost her, okay?
No, you get a phone call. Whereabouts in New live? I'm just down on Portage Road.
Oh, don't worry, I'm far away from where you're supposed to be.
She will.
So look out on the socials for that show coming out, titled To Be Confirmed, right? But if you want to know and keep up to date with that, check out his Instas. And where can they find us, guys?
On the WeWesNet.com network.
On the Instagram at AFAKASI Scoop.
Sonny's nodding his head.
So he's like, you're so useless.
Well, quite how many years and still don't
Yeah,
know.
fix us up. Where do you find us?
This is all
Yeah.
on YouTube.
Yeah, WeWesNet
We're on
network.
TikTok. No, we're not.
Yeah, we are.
We're on
Are
the
we?
WeWes
We're on
Network.
TikTok. Where's WeWesNet?
Yeah, we're on Instagram, WeWesNet.
They have no idea where we are. Okay, just you know what? Don't worry about it. Don't look for us.
Keep this one's all night.
No, I honestly We
No,
don't
funny.
that is her naturally.
That's just me.
Oh, she doesn't
You're
need the
welcome.
alcohol. It's
That's
just to pretend.
Oh, liki o ala.
It's just normal.
Me. It's just
Thank you so much, DJ, for coming onto the show today.
Yeah,
The
thanks,
podcast, we
DJ.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thanks for having me.
So bad, our friend.
We are looking forward to coming to the show and some
being in
people to
it.
be in it.
Thank you.
But yeah, awesome work, and thank you so much. And we'll see you all online and on TikTok and YouTube.
Yeah.
Yay, thank you.
Okay,
Bye.
till next time. Bye.